Environmental Management Agency. I'm the manager responsible for environmental impact assessments and ecosystem protection. I'm also the Ramsar Convention on Wetlands, Zimbabwe National Focal Point. I am here at UZ. I was making a presentation to the youths in terms of the Ramsar Convention on Wetlands, as well as how Zimbabwe is managing our wetlands, as well as COP15, that is Conference of Parties meeting number 15, that we are going to host as Zimbabwe in Victoria Falls from 23 July to 31 July 2025. So basically the presentation was focusing on the importance of wetlands, which are ecological importance mainly for water supply, flood control, and the need to preserve these wetlands for our common future. Part of my presentation also related to the Ramsar Convention on Wetlands, which was established in 1971 in the town of Ramsar in Iran. And to date, there are 172 contracting parties, and Zimbabwe became a party to the Ramsar Convention on Wetlands in 2013. Before Zimbabwe became a party to the Ramsar Convention on Wetlands in 2013, we already had a legal framework in place, that is the Natural Resources Act before the EMA Act was promulgated, which also dealt with management of wetlands. We also have currently the Environmental Management Act, Chapter 2027, which has got Section 113 that deals with wetlands protection. We also have Statutory Instrument 7 of 2007 that deals with EIA and ecosystem protection. So those are some of the legal instruments that are there in terms of wetlands management. We also have now the National Wetlands Policy that was adopted in 2021. We also have the National Wetlands Management Utilization Guideline that was also adopted in 2021. We also have a national wetlands database of all the wetlands that are in the country that was mapped in 2021. We are also in the process as the government of Zimbabwe to gazette wetlands of ecological importance, or which we refer to as ecologically sensitive areas. So we are gazetting wetlands as ecologically sensitive areas that needs protection in terms of infrastructure development. So these are some of the efforts that we have done as a country to protect the wetlands. But of course, we have noted that our wetlands, they are also being destroyed by human activities. So there is need to step up efforts to ensure that we salvage the remaining wetlands. So coming back to COP15, during the last COP, that is a Conference of Parties meeting number 14 that was held in Geneva in 2022, that's when Zimbabwe expressed interest to host COP15. Of course, it was subject to approvals. The government of Zimbabwe, through the cabinet, then approved Zimbabwe hosting COP15. So COP15 is going to be hosted in Victoria Falls at Elephant Hills, 23 July to 31 July. And then as part of the preparations, the government of Zimbabwe has set up interministerial committees to step up preparations. Some are responsible for accommodation and conferencing, transport and logistics, security, excursions and entertainment. So those are some of the committees that have been set up to ensure that preparations are done. So come 23 to 31 July 2025, 172 conducting parties are expected to converge in Victoria Falls. So this is a Zimbabwean COP. This is an African COP. So we expect countries to come in their numbers and also to discuss wetlands management issues. And then lastly, after the COP15, Zimbabwe is expected to assume the presidency of COP15, and then we'll be leading the discourse in terms of wetlands management for the next 3 years. So this is an opportunity for Zimbabwe to showcase what we have done. It is also an opportunity for Zimbabwe to lead in the wetlands discourse after COP15.